The number of U.S. representatives announcing their retirement is growing by the week, and most of them are saying the same thing, and that is that Congress is too dysfunctional to get anything done. Most Americans would probably agree with that statement. I have Ring of Fire's Farron Cousins with me to talk about it. No surprise here, it's an exodus by both Republicans and Democrats. So it's hard, although I looked at this article, New York Times tries to say, well, it's just the House. Hell no, it's not just the House. You have Democrats leaving because they're saying that they haven't been able to get anything done for decades.
Yeah, and it is very interesting here with both the Republicans and the Democrats finally coming to the same conclusion of what the hell are we doing?
Right.
Why am I here? 36 members have already said, I am leaving. And that doesn't even include George Santos, who is probably
we should have left him a long time ago.
Yeah. So we have all of these people who say, I can't take this anymore.
Yeah.
But to me, what's kind of funny about it is the fact that these folks don't see the irony of every one of them saying there's too much dysfunction, not realizing that you're part of it.
Yeah.
You are part of this dysfunction and this system. So don't sit there and pretend like it's everybody else but you.
They're concluding the same thing that you and I have concluded a lot of times. You've been asked to get in politics. I've been asked to get in politics so many times. And my response is same as yours. Is we get a hell of a lot more done doing what we do as a lawyer and as TV analyst than you do in politics. It's a friggin' waste of time. Yeah. I mean, really. But 36. Now, okay, how does that play itself out? I don't think it's clear whether that changes anything in the next cycle because it's so close, right? Yeah. What do you think?
No, I think you're right. And a lot of these folks are from either safe red districts or safe blue districts, so they know the next man up, next woman up is going to
win.
But you know, this kind of goes back to what you and I had talked about, weeks ago, in the fact that everything has become so tribal. There is no more reaching across the aisle. Let's work together on this legislation. I mean, actually, I think one of the last times we saw real bipartisanship was actually Matt Gaetz teaming up with AOC on legislation. I forget it it slips my mind what the legislation was, but they were working together on something kind of big. And other than that, though, the fact that we can point to one time it's happened shows us that it's not happening enough.
Isn't it the dumbing down of our culture in general? I mean, name one statesman. Okay, give me a statesman where you would say, well, this is a statesman. I think Blumenthal, frankly. I think, that's a statesman. How many of those can you name that are up there? It used to be you could name real statesmen. I mean, their goal was to make something happen. Their goal was to get along. Ted Kennedy, one of the greatest statesmen of all times that could reach across the aisle. He'd have all kinds of social interactions with them. Those days are gone. It's so dysfunctional because part of it is the dumbing down of America. Yeah. I mean, that's really, read between, it's the dumbing down of America. Everything is like an MMA fight right now.
It really is, because it's all about, can I get a zinger across to this person during this hearing? Can I go viral for this statement I'm about to make? Are people going to laugh and cheer when I say this one-liner?
Did social media do that, or is that an impact, you think?
I think it played a huge role in this, because we really do, we see these lawmakers go up there and they'll say their one sentence and they'll wait proudly to see the reaction. They know what they're doing now. This is no longer about let's have real policy discussions. This is, I'm going to get on CNN because I just made fun of this lawmaker.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
And it's like, it's Matt Gaetz' effort to become a TV personality, I suppose. On the Republican side, I thought Mitt Romney, whether you agree with him or not, he was a bit of a statesman. He was elegant in the way that he presented an argument. That's so behind us now. I mean, people commenting, please tell us who are the statesmen out there that you think are really, truly statesmen in the same blend as, say, John F. Kennedy or any of those folks, and they just don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, they just don't exist. And because of that, people are leaving, and you can't blame them. And that's why when they say to you, I know they've always said, run, would you run, would you run? They've said the same thing to me for decades. I said, hell no. We get so much more done as a citizen than we would in Washington, D.C. or Tallahassee.
Yeah.